Yeah, first, I should have congratulated. I didn't congratulate Morgan in the locker room for him scoring 1,000 points. I didn't realize that. I forgot to cross my mind, so congratulations, Morgan. And good team win for us tonight. Certainly far from perfect, but 3 games in 4 days isn't easy. And, I'm proud of how we started the game for sure, played a really good first half, and started the second half well, and then closed the game pretty well. So good win for us, and, still have room to improve. And I still think we have, better basketball ahead of us, but proud of where we are and hoping that we can continue to get better.
Question for student athletes.
Yeah, I want to start with Rob. I want to talk about tone because you scored 20 points and I was on the floor, and every time you're going up for a shot, you're yelling and you're just making a lot of noise. And what is the tone that you are trying to set while on the floor?
Well, I had a good talk with my coach, and the last 5 games I haven't been very good defensively, and we had a great talk, and I just want to set the tone of this game to just being like myself again, just being that energetic guy on the court, on both ends of the court, not just one.
Yeah, now I want to move over to Morgan. There was a stretch there where Eastern Kentucky was kind of knocking down a couple threes. It felt like it was getting tough to get a stop. They cut the lead down to 12, and certain teams may let that continue to spiral. What is the message kind of going around between whether the guys on the court or the guys on the bench or the guys in the huddle to kind of keep even keeled and not let things get out of hand?
We just got to get stops. Teams are going to go on runs. We played a lot of good teams recently. Teams are going to try to score the ball, but we just got to continue to have our mindset of get stops, get rebounds, and then we can go on offense and play what we want to do. So when teams want to run, we just got to toughen down, get down, and make stops.
And then this can go for either. You mentioned, Coach, how you've been on a bit of a stretch of games, and coming back home, what does it feel to just kind of come back home, get a nice big win, and kind of continue this momentum, 5 straight wins? What is this? What is the momentum that you guys are building?
You want me to answer?
You got it.
3 games in 4 days is tough, and we just made that an emphasis for sure to just be like, we got to toughen this out. We got to show how tough we are. We're on a 5-game win streak, and we expect to win more, but just showing that this is a statement game for us to let people know, like, it doesn't matter what you put in front of us, we're going to come out with that win for sure.
And then one more from Morgan. What is coming out of a stretch like this? It's early in the season still, and yet you kind of survived this tough stretch and actually thrived in this tough stretch. What does this do for momentum later in the season when tougher stretches may be coming up ahead?
I just think that's what non-conference is for. Coach puts a schedule together where we play some of the best mid-major teams in the country. Like you look at, we started off with Troy, Cornell, Wilmington, then played some really good Horizon League schools, and then finished with EKU. It just prepares us for the gauntlet we're about to head into when we get into December and January. In March we're going to have to win 3 games in 3 days, and so it just prepares us, our body, ready. So coaches, he likes to play mental games sometimes, so he mentally got us prepared for what's to come in March.
And I have a question just for Morgan. You're a guy that's had a really great story going the places you've played and just your career in general. Sum up 1,000 points, man, and to be able to do it here at Kent State.
It's an absolute blessing. My journey hasn't been easy. It's been a crazy wild ride, and I'm just grateful to be here and be able to play basketball every day, play with this group, play for Coach Cindy. He kind of resurrected my career and gave me another chance to come here. And I'm just glad to play basketball. It's a true blessing. 2 years ago, I didn't think I'd be sitting here saying I scored 1,000 points, but look at me now. So to anybody out there, story, just keep persevering and you'll make it.
Good to go, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, fellas. Good job.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Coach, really strong first half, bit of a tough second half. I never want to take away from a win because it's hard to win regardless of who you're playing, but what were some of the things that maybe need to get cleaned up from a second half that you guys lost by 4 points, but you came out with a strong win, but what were some of the things that you saw that maybe need to get cleaned up going forward?
Just focus, I think, is really what it is. And it's not easy for any team to maintain your focus for 40 minutes, but that's been an issue for us. We had that problem against Wilmington a little bit, and Wilmington's a really good team, so give them credit. And we had that problem here again tonight against Eastern Kentucky. And again, give Eastern Kentucky credit too, but we need to get better in that area, and that'll be something we keep emphasizing and working with our team on, because we got to string together 40 minutes. We'll have an opportunity again on Saturday to show improvement in that area. And it'll be another good test for us because, it's a team we just played, so they'll be familiar with us with them, and I'm sure they'll make some adjustments from what they did last game, and we'll have to make some adjustments too. So, being able to put 40 minutes together is going to be key. When you get into conference play, and not giving your opponent, giving them life or giving them a belief that they can come back, and we did that tonight. Now it's great that we had such a good start. It's great that when the lead got cut, it got to 12. I think it did. Did it get to 10 or 12? 12. When it got to 12, that we were able to extend it, but we need to do a better job, like you mentioned, of not giving teams life. National Player of the Week.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's a really, really hard worker. Let me start with that. He's a really hard worker. He's got an incredible motor, and I think that's, I think I've said it a couple times, like I call it a superpower, because that's what he does that separates him from almost every player that I've seen, is that his motor is constantly running at a really high level. And he's a really hard worker, and he has a really he's got a unique thirst for getting better. So like tomorrow, we've played 3 games in 4 days. Tomorrow he'll be wanting to either watch film. There's no question he'll get treatment. It would not shock me if he's with our strength coach, or he's with Tommy is our player development coach and his position coach. It wouldn't shock me if he's asking to watch film. It wouldn't shock me if he's coming in to get extra shots on the gun. Like, none of those things would shock me on an off day after playing. He played 32 minutes tonight. He played 40 minutes the other night. He just is constantly wanting to get better. So he's got a high motor. He wants to improve. He is humble. He doesn't think he knows it all. So when you put all of those things together, you have the ability to and he's a good player. So you put all those things together, and you have the ability to continue to get better and better. And I don't think he's reached his peak, because he hasn't played, he hasn't seen all of this attention on the court. Now this next step is going to be like, how does he handle all of the attention that he's going to receive off the court? How does he handle that? And that's yet to be seen. We have to see, how does he handle that, because everybody's going to tell him how great he is now. And I once, the comment I heard Coach Saban, he once called that rat poison, right? Like, and if Rico believes what everybody tells him, he'll struggle. And if Rico continues to put blinders on and just keep working and do the stuff that's allowed him to become good, he'll get better and better. And if not, then he'll plateau. But I'm sure, knowing the way he is, he's going to be able to keep those blinders on and not believe what people are telling him, and just keep getting better and better. So it's amazing, because tonight I didn't think he even played well, to be honest with you. And he had 25 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 assists. And I didn't think he played all that well tonight. And that's amazing that I can say that with what he did tonight. So it just shows you how good he is. So, you know, we're fortunate he's continuing to improve, and I'm really happy for him because at some point I hope people know all of his backstory, and he's a really unique young man who I'm really happy for how he's getting better and better.
And when it comes to this game, on the 3 ball, not everything was falling, 7 for 22, and yet 46 paint points.
Yeah.
With Rico, with Rob, does it feel like there's almost a safety net on this team where it's, okay, we're not being able to knock down the 3, so let's just play some bully ball and get in the paint, and let's just start trying to get some layups, draw some fouls, where does it feel like you guys don't ever have to force the 3 with the talent you have inside?
Well, I think that gives us a chance. Like we can shoot the 3, and there have been games that we shot it really well from 3, and then the last 2 games we haven't shot it great, but we've still been able to score because we have Rob and Rico inside, and we can get fouled, and then we can get the free throw line, and we have the ability to score in the paint. So we have the multiple ways to score. For us, the focus is we have to guard, and if we can defend at a high level and a higher level than we did tonight, we'll have a chance to have success. If we don't, then we'll be inconsistent. So we have to improve on the defensive end. The first half, again, I thought we defended at a pretty high level. The second half wasn't quite where we need to be, but hopefully we can clean some of that stuff up for Saturday.
And then this is going to be the last thing for me. Still, your 5th straight win. Haven't lost a game since game 1. What are some of the biggest improvements that you've seen from game 1 to now, and specifically with this Eastern Kentucky win? What were some of the, shining spots that you like that you want to take into Saturday's game?
Yeah, I thought we started the game with great energy, and it being the 3rd game in 4 days, I thought, having that first half, I thought was a really good statement for our team. I thought on Sunday, the way we played, we showed tremendous toughness getting that win Sunday, and the leadership, Morgan, in particular, but a lot of guys, Morgan, Sion, Rico, and all the guys, tremendous toughness, because we did not play great, and they just showed great resolve to win the game on Sunday, and then to come out with the energy we did tonight and build this big lead was great, and to do it in the 3rd day in 4 days, we traveled. I mean, it was a 6-hour bus ride on Sunday. Come back, practice Monday, play Tuesday against a quality opponent. To me, that's the makings of potentially a good team. So that's really positive stuff. Again, the second half wasn't great, but we got a 15-point win, and then we move on, try to get better, take tomorrow off, and then focus in on 2 days of practice, and then play a team that we just played a week ago and see, okay, can we, replicate and actually improve, see if we can improve from what we did last week when we played them, and see if we can play better than we did a week ago against Cleveland State, and see if we can't get ourselves another win at home. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you.